guess you could say, depending on the way.
Welcome back to ILTV on the Hour. We're bringing you the biggest headlines from Israel and the Middle East in just 5 minutes. I'm Sivan Raviv, and today is day 733 of the war in Gaza. Let's get into all the top headlines of this hour. Just a day after the second anniversary of the October 7th attack, key talks are underway in Sharm el-Sheikh to end the war in Gaza, with U.S. President Donald Trump claiming broad support for his peace plan and saying a deal is close. So close that according to Israel's Ynet, both Israeli and U.S. officials have been told to prepare for the possibility that Trump himself will arrive to the region for a signing ceremony of the agreement to end the war. Speaking alongside Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney in the Oval Office, Trump said his teams are working to finalize the deal to bring peace to Gaza and the entire Middle East. Trump met top advisors Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner before their departure for Egypt, with the White House saying the plan focused on the immediate return of the hostages and security guarantees for Israel backed by broad international support. Let's take a listen to Trump.
We're in very serious negotiations to I guess you could say, depending on the way you count, 3,000 years, you could say 500 years, you could say, but that it's been raging for a long time. And I think there's a possibility that we could have peace in the Middle East. It's something even beyond the Gaza situation. We want a release of the hostages immediately, etc. And so our team is over there now. Another team just left, and other countries, literally every country in the world has supported the plan.
Yep.
I don't think there's anybody that hasn't, actually, not that I've seen. But there's a real chance that we could do something, so you may have some questions on that later.
The White House is reportedly turning up the pressure to finalize a Gaza peace deal within days, with a senior U.S. official telling Israel's Channel 12 that Witkoff and Kushner will not leave Egypt until an agreement is reached. Senior officials from Qatar and Turkey are also joining the talks at Sharm, including Qatari Prime Minister Mohammed Abdulrahman al-Thani. One sticking point in the talks is reportedly an insistence by Hamas that Israel release some of the worst terrorists in its jails, including some of those who took part in the October 7th massacre, in return for the release of the 48 Israeli hostages. In a wide-ranging conversation with U.S. political commentator Ben Shapiro, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reaffirmed Israel's determination to end the war and bring the hostages home, but only if Israeli conditions are met. Netanyahu praised President Trump for his leadership on the new peace initiative, saying his involvement could be decisive in bringing hostages home and creating a new regional reality. Here's Netanyahu.
But I think first you have to finish the job. You have to finish the Gaza war, which I hope to do very soon, with President Trump's help. Let's get it over with. But we can't get it over with and leave Hamas there in power, aiming its rockets at us. That's not getting it over with. Getting it over with get all our hostages out, which is still before us. We haven't yet done it, and I hope we do, but it's not yet done. And then also get Hamas out of power in Gaza. Make sure that Gaza never again poses a threat to Israel or to the peace of the region and the world.
Meanwhile, National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir, who has opposed any deal with Hamas that includes the release of Palestinian security prisoners and an end to the Gaza offensive, visited Jerusalem's Temple Mount holy site this morning and called on Netanyahu to continue to fight until complete victory. Here's Ben-Gvir.
אנחנו שנתיים אחרי הטבח הנורא, כאן בהר הבית יש ניצחון. בכל בית בעזה יש תמונה של הר הבית. אנחנו היום שנתיים אחרי מנצחים בהר הבית. אנחנו בעלי הבית בהר הבית. אני רק מתפלל שראש ממשלתנו יאפשר ניצחון מלא גם בעזה, להשמיד את החמאס, ועד השם נחזיר את החטופים וננצח ניצחון מוחלט.
Ben-Gvir has previously threatened to quit the government unless it commits itself to the total destruction of Hamas. That's it for this edition of ILTV. Stay tuned for further updates on the hour, or download our app by scanning the QR code on your screen. I'm Sivan Raviv. Thank you very much for joining.
يقول لك ان شاهد بقت مع اي ان.
مفيش مسلسل هيتساب ومفيش حد من أسرة العمل هيتنسي.
ما هو لو اي اند وشاهد خدوا الفرجه جد
يبقى احنا كمان هناخدها بجد.
اخدنا الفرجه جد اكتر بكتير مع شاهد، عشان شاهد مع اي اند وبس. اي اند الدنيا فيها اكتر.
Give yourself 28 days and become the most dangerous person in the room.